welcome to Actor Talks. I'm Ayana Taylor, and my guest today is Bola Koleosho.
Hello.
Yes, I'm so happy you're on my channel today.
Happy to be here. Yes. Yes.
Awesome. Well, Bola, I know this girl from PHW, Playhouse West.
Playhouse West.
Yes, I know from Playhouse West. We're in intermediate together, and she's just kicking butt. She just got there, and she's just really being truthful, just making. She's just been doing so well so far. So, yeah. And then also, Bola is from Minnesota.
Don't you know?
You betcha. You betcha. And it's so cool because I moved here from Minnesota. That's kind of where, that was where I was living for like 2.5 years before transitioning. So it's crazy that we didn't even get to see each other. We never crossed paths in our journey pursuing acting, but we're here now. We're here now.
We are here now.
That is so awesome.
Yes, absolutely.
I love how fate and everything just works out, right?
I love it.
Cool.
I love it.
Well, let's jump right into this interview, Bola.
Let's do it.
So tell us, the first question I have for you is, tell us where you're from. We know where you're from, but tell us like the city and the specifics where you is, Tell us where you're from, and then how did you end up in LA?
Okay. I was born and raised in Minnesota, specifically Bloomington. I lived there my whole life.
Yeah.
And then after I graduated college, I moved straight here. So, yeah, I've been here for about a year and 5-ish months. So,
5 months.
yeah,
Okay, a year and a half. How you liking it so far, California?
Wow. I mean, it is wild.
Yeah.
I'm super grateful that I had this opportunity to be here and create and really go after the things I want in life.
Absolutely.
Because, I mean, I have Nigerian parents, so I mean, they're very strict.
Okay.
They want me to be a doctor, and I said no.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move here and act. My dad, oh my gosh,
How did he react? What was he?
He was like, so you want to go be an actress and go and entertain? How will you feed yourself? How will you feed yourself? I said, I don't know. We'll find out.
We'll find out. Hey, you're surviving. She just did her first feature film. She's doing so amazing, called Trees of Peace. I can't wait for that to come out. So you can say to your father, I am sustaining myself in my work. So that is awesome.
Yes.
And we'll get more into the details of your work life and that work-life balance.
Absolutely.
And so you said you're from Bloomington, Minnesota. Now I know this question, but I like to ask this just so other people know. So did you go to school? Did you go to college for acting, or what was the route, and how, like I said, how did you end up in LA from your degree, or did you?
Well, I did not go to school for acting. I went to school for pre-med, so specifically physiology. And I knew my freshman year that I did not want to pursue a pre-med degree, but to please my family, I did it anyway. And just tried to finish school as soon as possible. So I was punching in like 20 credits a semester, so I could graduate sooner and be here.
Acting.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me, were you doing other, like while you were going to school for pre-med, were you doing acting related things? Were you trying to at least kind of dabble here and there while you were doing it? What was that like?
I did a lot of community theater.
Awesome.
I did a production at the Guthrie Theater.
Okay. I love Guthrie.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that was really fun.
Good feedback.
I also did student productions. And
awesome.
yeah, I mean, I also sing too, so I did voice classes all throughout college.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, I still was a creative, even though I wasn't fully pursuing it.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I think that's a lesson in itself. It's just like, okay, you may have obligations and people who want you or have expectations of you to do one thing, but if you can still find a way to still be creative and still do it, what you love to do, at the end of the day, you're still getting fulfilled in some element. So that's awesome that you're still able to still train and work and put yourself out there. That's really awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going on to the next question. Bola, tell me, what was one thing that inspired you to get into acting? What was that one thing that said, hey, like, I want to pursue this. I want to pursue this wholeheartedly? Because I know you said you were still trying to do it a little bit while you were in college, but what was that, age, was it a person, was it a group, or what was it specifically that was like, yes, I'm going to do this?
Okay. I think it was Viola Davis.
Oh, okay.
Seeing a black woman lead in a network show really inspired me into thinking that, hey, like a woman of my skin tone can be the lead. She's not the nurse. She's not you know,
The counselor,
the counselor,
you know.
the cleaning lady. Like
Yeah.
she is a lead, a powerful lead. So she allowed me to believe in myself and just appreciate my complexion.
Yeah.
So,
oh, girl, yes.
yeah,
that is amazing.
She really did.
What was
Yeah.
it? What was the show? Was it How to Get Away with Murder?
How to Get Away with
How
Murder.
to Get Away with Murder. Oh my
Yes.
God, I started watching that show in college and I just loved it. It was just so inspirational. Like you said, seeing Viola Davis, seeing someone of just such amazing talent just put herself in these circumstances and situations where she was just so truthful. I agree 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's so awesome.
Yeah.
Good for you. That's good. And it's good to have role models. It's good to look up to people and, you know, say, like, I want to be that person. I want to be like them. I want to have that essence. So
Absolutely.
that's awesome.
Absolutely.
Okay, and
Yeah.
the next question I have for you, and this is a more serious question because I really like to bring this in because we are going through specific situations in our journey. But what would you say is a struggle that you are going through right now, Bola, that you are still trying to overcome? Or was there something that you just recently went through that you're like, oh man, I'm so glad I got over that hill? And how have you learned from that?
Gosh. Struggles that I've experienced. So for me, the biggest thing is money, and being able to support yourself and find that flexible job that will allow you to go to auditions. Also just, you know, just like preparing yourself too, and, you know, being on top of classwork and rehearsals, and, you know, I mean, as exciting it is to do, it can be a lot of work.
Yeah,
so just finding a way to balance. Also considering this as a career and not a hobby.
Right.
And as long as you're, you know, focusing on your talent and perfecting your craft, you also have to think of yourself as a business. And it's very easy to not be business oriented and more talent oriented. You need both
Absolutely.
to progress.
Absolutely.
So just trying to find that balance towards networking and rehearsals and class, so then you can really thrive and go to the next tier.
Absolutely.
So just the balance, I think, is just, it's always teetering, you know? So, but it's a great learning lesson at the end of the day. That's what makes us actors.
Absolutely.
Is by having to do multiple things.
Right.
And, you know, I'm grateful for everything that I've experienced because it allowed me to be where I am now.
Yeah, so true, so true.
I finished my first feature film.
Yes!
It was my first project that I booked in LA, like ever. This is the first project I've ever booked.
Wow, that's
and
amazing.
I was one of the leads.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited to see how it's going to turn out.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It was a crazy experience, so
Yeah.
I can say that. I can say that. So,
Absolutely.
yeah.
And how were you, just because we're in that one section right now, just talking about your feature film, how do you feel like you were able to grow as a character in that role? You know, even as a person, or let me rephrase that question. How would you say you've grown as a person playing the character that you did in Trees of Peace, the feature film that you did?
Yes, playing Mutesi was one of the most rewarding experiences that I've ever had in my entire life. Mutesi, she is a 23-year-old Tutsi woman who has gone through a lot of trauma in her life. And being able to portray that burden that she's had throughout the film, it taught me a lot about just growth, you know, and I mean, this film is really special. I can't wait for people to see it.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it either. It's gonna be great.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. If anything, I just learned that at the end of the day, you know, you're never alone. There are people who've gone through the struggles you've gone through, and you're going to only be stronger working through them. So
That's so good.
yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I love it. And I can't wait to see it. Trees of Peace. It's going to be coming out sometime next year.
Sometime next year.
2020. Specifically 2020. So
Yeah.
can't wait to hear that. Can't wait to see that. And just to answer your whole question, or the answer of your question, you know, having to balance everything. Like, I know it can be so overwhelming, and just like as an artist, you have so many moving parts, and you know, still trying to grow while also, you know, put yourself out there and network with people. Yeah, I really am encouraged and, you know, inspired, because that's something that we need to be striving for, to try to multitask, you know, try to be that artist while also be that, that business savvy person. And it is a challenge. So thank you for sharing that with us, because that is something that we all have to consider, like how creative are we going to be while also still having that professionalism with it. So
You have to be business oriented.
Yeah.
You have to be business oriented.
Absolutely.
There's just no way you're going to get to the next level.
Right.
You have to be business oriented.
Absolutely. Or get to a point where like you really make it where you don't have to worry about that. You have a publicist, you have other people. But as of right now,
you'll still be business oriented.
That's true.
That's true. You'll have to register yourself
That
to
is true.
write off taxes. I mean, it's a whole different thing. Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
I hear you 100%. So that's a good point.
Yeah. You'll be business oriented till
For real,
it's over.
For real. But
Yeah.
but it's good to know in terms of your career to turn it on and to turn it off. Like I need to be creative in this space, and then I need to be business oriented in this place. And maybe sometimes having people paying them to do certain business savvy things, so you can focus on what you really want to do. You know what I'm saying? So cool. All right, next question.
Yes.
Next and final question. I just want to ask you, what's a piece of advice, what's some tips that you can share with other actors? I mean, you already gave us so many great tips just now about having to balance both and really being on top of your career. But what is another piece of advice that you can share with us to kind of help them as they move forward? Help me, help all of us.
Well, I guess my piece of advice is just putting yourself out there.
Okay.
I'm a firm believer that if you just show up and constantly doing your best out there in Hollywood, whether it be a show, a performance theater, whatever you're doing, you're constantly putting yourself out there so people can see. It's one thing to practice your craft. It's another thing to never show it.
Right.
Put yourself out there.
Yes.
Go get your headshot. Get yourself on Actors Access, LA Casting,
Get all those stuff.
because you never know. So
you just never know who's gonna be watching.
You never know.
Across your page. And that's something I've been definitely working on in terms of my social media, in terms of like networking, just putting myself out there more. Using all the tools that I have that are available to me to put myself out there. So I think that's so important. Putting yourself out there, letting yourself be known. Don't be grinding in the dark. And I for one, I am a grinder in the dark. I'm the type of person that likes to train, get it in, and then I'll pop out and people like, oh my God, who's this girl? Who's this so good? I'm like, I've been working. But in this industry, in this career path, you have to be putting yourself out there. You have to show them what you're doing, how bookable you are, how the effort that you're putting in, to your craft. And people admire that, and they will reach out and they want to work with you. So I really, really, really love that, Bola. Thanks for that tip that
absolutely
everybody can take away from. So awesome! You're amazing.
Yes, thank you. You're amazing.
Thank you again for being on my channel.
Of course.
So Bola, tell them where they can stay in touch. Where can they follow you? Whether that's your social media platform.
Yes.
Where can they follow you so they can stay in touch?
Follow me on Instagram. My handle is Bolanle, BOLANLE 101.
101. I'm gonna have that right there for you.
Yep.
So you can see it. Awesome. And then again, just thank you so much, Bola, for being on this day. Guys, if you guys love this and you want more of this amazing footage, make sure you follow, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe and share this, because Bola, she got the deets. And if you want more of her, maybe she can come back on the channel again and talk with us. So thank you guys again for watching, and have a great day.
Thank you. Bye.